How about all this winning? Excuse me while I use the force to go down this super narrow driveway here. And then we'll do a little test at the bottom of the driveway. When I put it in park, you should no longer hear that noise normally that you would hear in the van. And then we'll do some talking. I gotta go run an errand and get some eggs. Do a bunch of stuff today. Oh, no crazy noise. How about that? Nice. Some of you may remember I did that video where I replaced the door actuator, and I found a second one, which is a slave to the actuator that mounts inside the door rest, and that's supposed to be delivered today. So maybe over the weekend, I don't know. Maybe over the weekend I'll take that door apart again and repair that door card or door panel. That's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about all of the crazy stuff that we're finding out because of Doge. And it has been glorious. Glorious! I've also lost some friends. A couple, I think I lost like 3 people on Facebook this week. 2 of them I know for sure, probably all women. 2 of them for sure were women, and they blocked me. And it wasn't even really politically related. Well, one was, because I know she's Mexican, and she got pissed off at the flag thing I posted, which was just some guy on an overpass in LA who had a bunch of American flags with a sign saying, you know, F your country's flag, man. You know, enough of this already. And he's right. He's right. And I just thought that that was funny. And another one was just this woman I've actually known from high school, but I don't know her well. I never really did. She's got a sister that's kooky. I can tell you that, and everybody knows it. It's unfortunate, too, because the sister's, like, really, really attractive, even today, all these years later. But she is, woo-hoo, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And it's all based on political indoctrination that has been funded by the American taxpayer through the USAID program that has been funding left-wing rags for state propaganda. Yeah. Look, I haven't been putting it in those terms because I didn't know. We didn't know that the U.S. was funding the New York Times and all these other newspapers. But it all made sense because for years I've been talking about how the media is lying to us all the time. And many of you who still are reading the New York Times and, you know, the Telegraph or whatever it is, now you know. Now some of you still don't know this. Some of you are still having a hard time accepting it. The truth is out there now, and more of it's going to come out. Thank God. It's just a wonderful time to be alive. It's just so amazing. Amazing. So, I don't know. There's going to be some ruffled feathers still. I get people sending me messages about how, you know, they're gonna stop funding the VA or Social Security and all. That's not gonna happen. But there's gonna be a lot of scare tactics still coming out of the left. I watched the thing. I've been watching Benny Johnson, who he reminds me of me. He's just a better looking, younger version of me with poorer eyesight. Come on, baby. Go around him. You got it, baby. All right, I'm gonna do it for you. You know, there's a thing in life about decision making. You've got to see something, assess it, make a decision, go for it. Now it's in the past, now you're moving forward, you're focusing on the next thing. That's what I just did here on the road with this woman who is now like a quarter of a mile behind me because she was driving like she's got nitroglycerin in her back pocket. And she pulled up behind a UPS truck, and she couldn't make a determination of where not to go around it. And I could see there's nobody there, so I just went around it. Perfectly safe, and no harm was done. and now I'm going on my merry way without obstruction. And that is the way you have to look at what's going on in the world and how you live your life, man. Because I'm just tired of it. I can't take it anymore. It's why I did that rant the other day. I'm not going to put up with... We went through this phase, man, where even though I complained about it, not really complaining, more like ranting from time to time about how I can't stand being forced to have to walk around on eggshells around people, which gets me to this one person that was on Facebook. I posted what I thought was a hysterical meme, man. It was a Trump cures cancer, and then a bunch of Democrats, like with signs going, against cancer, like they have to now be for cancer, because that's what the left has become, a cackling gaggle of, what's the word? There's a word for it it won't come to the forefront of my brain here. There's too many things flying into my brain at the same time. But they're just, they gotta be negative. They have to be automatically against whatever Trump or the Republicans are for, which put them in a corner. They painted themselves into a corner here that's making them very foolish. And it's unfortunate that so many of you are still going along with the programming. But you're going to be forced to have to wake up here. Most of you are going to have to wake up. So as I was saying, I posted this meme. It was very funny. It got a lot of laughs. And it's not a meme I created. I'm a meme thief, by the way. I steal memes on the internet and on my phone and off of Instagram, and then I post them on Facebook because it's fun, because it makes me laugh. See, what pisses many of you off makes me laugh. That's why I'm happy and you're miserable. Anyhow, she just took offense to this clearly a joke meme. And then she had to point out to me that she's a stage 3 cancer survivor. Hey man, I feel for that. I have empathy. And I wrote, my response back to her was, well, I'm sorry you went through that, but how am I supposed to know that? How is anybody supposed to know that? And by the way, why do you want everybody to know about that? It sucks. I'm sorry for you, your family, and what you had to go through. I have people in my family that have not survived cancer. They're friggin' dead now. All of it, okay? But this thing, we all have to know what everybody's going through, so we all feel bad about you is bullshit. Like you, your family, your close personal friends, fine. But putting everything out there on social media is a little much. I mean, we all talk about our lives, but when you're doing it in that context, when you're going to somebody else's page, and you're an adult, you're over 50 years old, you're pushing 60 years old, and you can't disseminate, you can't see that this is clearly a joke that other people are getting a laugh out of, and you have to make it all about you, and then somehow attack me for posting something that is clearly meant to be a joke, and try to make it like, oh, well, I'm a cancer survivor, so, this isn't funny. Fuck you. That's crazy. It's just crazy. And I hate to be that intense about it. It's really not about her right now. This is just me making a broader point because I see this all the time. I don't see it from too many men. Once in a while, I suppose, But those are men that I don't want to be connected with. If you show your true colors, your true colors, or you being a friggin' pussy, then yeah, you're out, bro. I don't care. It's like I get these. I still get these things in my comments. About me I'm not deleting your comment. I'm not deleting any of your comments. From time to time, I block somebody from the channel because they're being a clear douchebag. But I'm not blocking your. I'll pull up a little bit more here so I can get out of the light. Maybe. There we go. I'm not deleting your comments. That's not happening. So now you know. But some of you have been blocked from the channel, and well, you wouldn't know because you can't see this anymore. But your comments are still up, I suppose. But it doesn't really matter to me. But the point is, back to this whole thing. I wrote that to her, And I said, you know, how am I supposed to know this? You know, I don't remember what I said. I should have probably screenshot it so I could read it, but I lost it now. It's just, we're all supposed to walk around eggshells because we might offend somebody. Those days are over, thank God, because it was stupid and ridiculous. Stupid and ridiculous. Excuse me. So back to the media and Doge and USAID and all the things that we're finding out. I cannot keep up with all the things that are, none of us can. It's just too much. It's just all this at once, and it's friggin' glorious. I watched today as Maxine Waters and her cabal of imbeciles went to the Department of Education to go in there to try to do some sort of sit-in. I watched this live, and they had this poor guy, security guy out front there, you know, in civilian clothes. Just, you know, this guy's glasses on his head, bald head guy. He's got his head down, and they're just rah, 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 and they're doing all these soundbite things because there's cameras around watching them. I was trying to put myself in that position, and I just couldn't, because I would just be like this. As they were yelling at me, I'd be like this. And I would just I'd be saying things like, you people are out of your friggin' minds. What was that? You're crazy. Listen to you people. I'm glad this is all being recorded. It's not a good look for you. Not a good look for you. And no, you're not getting in. Na, 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 na. That's what I would have been doing. Would not have been a good look. What that guy did was great. He's probably gonna get offered a job by Trump or something. It's amazing. Look, I don't know what the outcome is going to be with all this stuff yet. None of us do. But all I'm going to say is what I've always said. And now more than ever, more of you should be waking up to this, which is if it's printed in any of the papers, or if somebody's saying it from PBS or NPR or MSNBC or CNN or a lot of even the network news stations that, you know, they lean more to the Democratic side of things, you can't initially believe any of it, right? You just can't, because now we know about all the lies and all the money that's been funding it and all the, and I watched it on Benny Johnson this morning. Lindy Lee, she was a Democratic National Committee person and a fundraiser for Kamala Harris, and now she's come out and kind of like a whistleblower telling what was going on behind the scenes and the amounts of money that was going to the Obamas, like through these charity organizations, or I don't think she said that, but other organizations that really the money goes to them and their people, and other bigwig, well-known Democrat people. And we known for years, if you ever took the time to look into this, which most of you didn't, the fact that a lot of these people are literally in bed with I'm married to these people in politics, married to people who own news organizations or work for them. So it was never a big secret. I knew about this a decade ago or more, and I've been talking about it from time to time ever since. You know, I used to be more like this on this channel before I had more of a following, and my videos got no views, and I was ranting, and they were short rant videos, 6 minutes or something like that. And you can go back. I encourage you guys to go back and look at that stuff, because everything I said back then is proven to be true over and over and over again. What the hell? It's not about me being right. I never cared about that. I'm just speaking my opinion based on logic, because, I eat eggs and I eat meat, and I'm feeding my brain. My brain chemistry is functioning. My brain functions properly. Get off the wheat, get off the grains. You know what I'm saying? Stop with the vegan nonsense and eat a fucking steak and start thinking for yourself, will you please? For the love of Pete, put some friggin' butter on that and eat some fish, because it's brain food, and maybe you'll be able to decipher this shit for yourselves. I'm done. I'm just saying I'm kind of happy, and I don't care about losing people. I lost a few people after that rant on right here on YouTube. Like, I broke 12,200, and then it dropped back down to so I probably lost 10 people or so, like that. I can't take it. I heard something I don't like, and and you can make fun of me now. Oh, you hear something you don't like in the comments. Well, that's different. I watch plenty of videos I don't like. That's fine. But I don't make comments under them. You know what I'm saying? I just go, okay, well, that's interesting. I don't agree with that, but whatever. I think it's so funny when, not that I want everybody to agree with me. That's not what this is about. It's not a popularity contest for me. But it is funny to me when some of you write these very long-winded, sometimes multi-paragraph comments where you disagree with me and you're trying to tell me why, and I'm reading, I'm going, well, you're just wrong. And my response is, I leave it. You can see I'm not deleting the comments. My response is, I just don't agree with your opinion. That's your opinion. Your opinion's based on what you're reading, you're reading and you're looking at and you're listening to, again, what I said moments ago, propaganda. State-run, state-funded, which, by the way, you should be pissed off about because your tax dollars have been funding lies and propaganda that you're believing. Full circle, man. Holy shit. So let's help each other out. Let's wake each other up. Let's uplift one another. Let's do good things. And let's go with this, man. Look, we need to shrink the government. The people who are against Elon Musk and all this, so you're for bloated government? You're for wasteful spending? You support all this nonsense, the woke nonsense, DEI stuff. DEI stuff has been a problem for decades. Decades, man. I know guys that wanted to be firemen, scored top of the list, intellectually speaking, that with the numbers on the physically, and then they don't get hired because they wanted to put a black guy in there, or an Asian person, or a woman of color, or whatever. That is stupid. It's stupid. And because you want the best person. You want the strong, physically fit guy that can pick up a 200-pound man and carry him around, get him out of a fire. It's going to be the same thing with the air traffic control and everything else. I know that people talked about like disabilities. Having a disability doesn't make you stupid. You could do plenty of jobs from a wheelchair. You could have no arms and legs and be a lot smarter than a fully functional Democrat these days. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be picking on Democrats. I have friends that are Democrats. It's not that the Democrats are bad. The Democratic Party got taken over by crazy Marxists and just insane people. And people are team players and they are tribal and they just decided to stick with it. And for, I don't know how, but somehow it started adapting the talking points of the insane and tried to make it sound sane just by saying it with so much bravado. Obama was good at that. And it's like where it sounds like it makes sense to people who are not putting the time in to research things to find out what the truth is. So anyhow, that's all this is. So me ranting some more, I suppose. I have to find a better title for this one. We'll see how this all goes. Don't worry about anything, all right? It's all going to shake out fine. But here's the thing. One of the things you have to realize, look at the billions of dollars being found by the way, like these kooky, on the spectrum, very young nerds. Thank God for on the spectrum nerds, man, like Elon Musk, because they're freaking brainiacs. They're not attached to a political ideology. They are overtly interested in truth. And figuring stuff out. That's what they get off on, is conquering complex situations. That's what you need. That's what you need. And the bloated government, the bureaucracies, the Department of Education, I've been saying this forever, needs to go. It only happened in 1979, and all it did was make us dumber. All it did was put administrators in schoolrooms all over the country that promote the latest bullshit coming out of Washington. So your kids aren't learning anything other than how to be dumber. No longer how to think for themselves, but being told what to think. So they just repeat nonsense. They just sound so stupid. And we're all dumb when we're young. But I truly believe Gen X was the last generation with common sense. They were still allowed to develop common sense because a lot of us were latchkey kids. I was living alone at 14 myself. And we were on the streets growing up and learning about the world. By the time we graduated high school, like in the 80s, we were literally prepared to deal with the world and bullies and having to be tough and develop a sense of humor and all the things that you need to do as an adult to get by in this world. I just don't see that happening today. So again, millions, hundreds of millions billions, hundreds of billions, $1 trillion or more, right? Wasted, spent all over the planet to promote them. Really, it wasn't even, when they say these millions of dollars were to promote this thing or condoms here or whatever. No, man, that money really didn't go to that. I mean, 10% of it maybe went to that. The rest of it went in the pockets of the people that set up the programs. These are the people who are complaining right now. Anybody who's complaining about the federal waste that you're seeing in memes and on the news, they're the people who were benefiting from it. That's why you can't believe them. So, turn on your thinking caps. Have a great day. Be kind to one another, and I'll catch you in the next one.